People are coming. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Kazakhstan American Corners program again, or maybe first time. Today, we will talk about designing a creative and productive work and learning space at home. I like the title of this webinar. And we also have a special guest, Nuriya Sagiyeva, who will be with us today. We're really excited to have all of you. Thank you for joining this evening. My name is Saltanat. I am a coordinator of American Corner in Nur Sultan. And also, I will be with you along with my colleague Dosan, who is behind the scene. He's always behind the scene, but doing very great work and serve us as a moderator. Now on the screen, let me check one more time. Please turn to the next slide. Yeah, oh, it's right, I see. Now on the screen, you can see our contact information. Don't be shy to contact us. If you have any questions and concerns, you can just email us or call. What to expect today? What do we have? Oh, I see that the title is a little bit different. I'm sorry for that. Our title, like I said before, is designing a creative and productive work and learning space at home. But anyway, today we will have 45 approximately minutes of the session and 15 minutes of Q&A. Some of our rules, they are the same as always, but here's the important part. It's about YouTube channel. I always say encourage you to be a part of our community in a social media, also on YouTube. Subscribe us, and you will be always informative. You will be always know about everything that's going in our meetings, because we have all our recordings there with Mr. August also. By the way, I hand you over to our virtual English language fellow from the Department of State program, to Mr. August Garnsey. Hello, August. How are you doing?
Hello. Thank you, Saltanat. Thank you for the warm introduction, and good evening to all of our participants here joining us across Kazakhstan. Looks like a pretty nice morning for me here. Looks like some pretty good weather, but it's usually good weather in Florida where I'm at. And I hope that everybody had a real nice day and has been having a real nice evening in Kazakhstan. So today we're going to have a real interesting, really creative session today. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about our special invited guest speaker as well, and her ideas and what she has to share. I think it's going to be a really fun session, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's go ahead and let's begin. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And Sultan, everything is good on your side? All right, cool. Thumbs up, she says. All right. So today, the session title for today is Designing a Creative and Productive Work and Learning Space at Home. Okay, something that is obviously really important. It's been important, and it's going to be important going forward as we kind of begin this blended type of learning environment going forward. And it's going to be here to stay, whether we like it or not. So if you haven't been working on your space, it's a good time to start now. Okay, so that way, let's go ahead and begin with what we have. Now, before we start, just by letting everybody know, by attending this event, you may be photographed. Okay, so your participation here is basically your consent for any kind of promotional stuff, either by me as a English language fellow with the U.S. Department of State, or for the U.S. Embassy in Kazakhstan, or Regional English Language Office of Central Asia and American Corners, Kazakhstan. Okay, so for those that are new, and I do believe we do have some new participants joining us that have not joined us before. So Sultan, I'll mention that I am the English Language Fellow for Nur Sultan. This past academic year, I was working remotely, virtually here from my home in Florida. I was not able to go to Kazakhstan this year because of COVID, but I hope to return to Kazakhstan hopefully within a few months, so that way I can again resume face-to-face, in-person type of project responsibilities. A couple things about me. One is that I do teach at Eurasian National University in Nur Sultan. It's part of my responsibilities as an English language fellow, and I work with graduate and undergraduate students and programs for the pre-service and in-service teachers, as well as I get to work with many terrific groups of teens across Kazakhstan through the English Access Micro Scholarship Program. Currently right now, I got some fantastic groups I'm working with in the southern part of Kazakhstan, in Almaty, and also in Taraz, and as well as every week being able to work with Sultanat and provide free webinars and awesome programming through American Corners Kazakhstan. Now, one thing to know about me is I used to live in Kazakhstan. I was in Kokshetau, and I used to be an international English teacher there for Nish in Kokshetau. Okay. All right. So upcoming webinars and things are going on. So today, our topic is we're focused on kind of a more creative and fun type of thing here for work and learning space design and practicality. Going forward next week, just want everybody to know that I will be having a webinar, not necessarily through American Corners Kazakhstan, but it's going to be through the brand new online teaching community that's offered through British Council, and it's partnered with the Regional English Language Office that I work with. And so that way we will be providing programming as well, free webinars, but you do need to join the online teaching community. I'll show you in just a moment just what you need to click on, where you need to go to basically register and be a part of that great, fantastic community now for Kazakhstan. After that, I'm going to be having some webinar for practical CLIL activities. And then after, I plan to focus on a 2-part webinar series focusing on Instagram and English language learning through social media. So here is basically the flyer, the promo for the upcoming sessions for that online teacher community that I mentioned. You can see the red arrow pointing to my webinar next week on June 2nd at 7 p.m. I'm going to be joined by my fabulous co-teacher at Eurasian National University, Professor Didara Kasanova, and we are going to be showing some pretty amazing things about using Miro for online lessons. And the link, as you can see on the screen, so you'll be able to access the site, you'll be able to create your own profile, like you can see mine here. I'm going to put into the chat right now the link, so that way everybody can register for it. Okay. Well, I was going to put in a link. I'll put the link in a moment here. Sultana, remind me to put the link in later. The chat wasn't working for right now, but I'll get back to that in a moment. Okay. But again, so everybody, you do need to register for this one for the great programming here. Okay. Moving forward. And then a little survey for those that have joined us. I'm always really interested to learn more about our participants to help me to better plan for programming in the future. So Sultanat, maybe you can put into the chat, maybe it works for you. You can put into the link there for the survey. And if everybody can please complete this survey, it's just a few questions, should just take just a moment to do that one. And if you can complete that before the end of the webinar, that'd be great. Okay. All right, so our surroundings. Let's start with this here. So collectively, let's kind of gather some information before we get into about designing things and about any kind of creative type of ideas that you can do with your own space around you to improve it, to make it more inviting, to make it more productive. So in the chat, let's say, what can we not see outside your camera view? If we were to kind of venture outside of your camera and see what's kind of around you, I want everybody to pick an item and describe it in the chat. So I mean, you could either just type and say what it is if it's kind of obvious, but maybe you can just give a little, very short description, maybe what that item is so we can better understand it. So go ahead, please put that into the chat now.
Let's see. So August, could you clarify your question? You mean what we cannot see outside your camera view? Now you can see the window, but you can't see my light here, right?
Yeah, so any kind of item that's like around you that you know that you cannot see in your camera view, yeah, go and pick one item and just say what it is and describe it in the chat.
Okay. Let's see what our participants see outside the camera. Ironing space is right behind my laptop on one table, said Sultanat. Okay, thank you, Sultanat. Any other ideas? Actually, people see nothing about me. That's true, Soviet, because your camera is not working out. I mean, we can't see something outside your camera, but we can see you also. Okay. And I see that someone, let me see who is. Someone played the camera is Marina. Hello, Marina. We can see your view. Any other ideas on the chat? My cat, plants?
Yes, we pick an item. Just describe an item. So
that's so nice. I mean, my K-pop album is nearby me. Okay.
Great.
Nice to know, Martina.
Great, great. I see. So we have an ironing space. Okay, so we have an ironing space. We got cat. We got plants. We got BTS album. Yeah, like you said, BTS album. Okay, so that's obviously essential, right? BTS album next to it. I definitely know that one.
Everyone needs
food as well too. Absolutely, we have to be able to make sure that we're not hungry. Okay, that's a really important part.
There is a big poster that I look at, but it's not a picture, but very important. Okay.
Wow, that's being able to see it.
Some paper man, so it. Oh yeah. I think everyone has it right now.
Okay, let's see, any other ideas here? Oh, I see. Yeah, paper mess. So sometimes, we cannot, what we cannot see, there are maybe some mess or something kind of around us. I'm going to show you some pictures in a moment, and I think some of us may be able to relate to some of those pictures. But so some of the things that you mentioned, or maybe some of the items that you didn't mention here, another thing I'd like you to maybe mention as well is, so how does it make you feel? Whether it's something that, again, we got a kind of variety of things that were suggested, from albums and photos to maybe some paper mess. Okay, so so how does that make you feel? Go ahead and maybe if you can find one word that can describe your feeling about, that item or what you described, or maybe a short little phrase, go ahead and put that into the chat now. How does it make you feel?
So we have something outside the camera. I saw the camera view. Nuriya, how cat makes you feel? Or plants?
My cat makes me feel happy. I mean, I can show you here. Here she
Hi.
is. I've always dreamed about a pet who will study with me, who will do my homework with me. And I'm adult now, and I finally got it. I'm very happy. She's usually like very calm, and she's around, and it makes me very happy to see her. And also my plants. I love see them thrive. I mean, after the long winter, it's good to see them very happy now.
Great.
Thank you.
Nice. That's nice. And, and I see some other comments too here, about calmness. And, and that's really important too, being able to bring that level of stress down, because yes, we are living in a time of really increased, almost exaggerated levels of stress right now. That is very high, and, and it is very important your surrounding plays an important role of bringing down that. If it's adding to your stress, that maybe is not such a good thing, and that's something that we need to work on. Hopefully you get some great ideas to work on that going forward from this webinar here. And so some say that maybe it makes you feel, you can concentrate better, or that it makes you feel like euphoria, that you're in some kind of a blissful state, which that's awesome. That's really nice. So Medina, so you said that euphoria, that's really good. Makes you feel good, free and bound. All right, so that's really nice. Mixed feelings. Okay, so maybe we see some nice things and we see some mess as well too. So, kind of a combination of good and bad feelings. So that's all really great. So let's kind of conclude this kind of with this collective building of, what's around us as a group. Let's see here. So the last thing I want to ask then is, all right, so you've mentioned some things, how they make you feel. So now what about, let's just kind of do a simple little scale here on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, okay? So how comfortable are you, working or learning at home? Okay, so how comfortable is this place, this spot, the thing that you kind of described, or what's around you? How comfortable are you? 1 to 10. Okay, so hopefully there's no negative numbers like -5, nothing like that. -5. So let's see here.
5, 8, 6, 7. First was Teresa, is number 7.
Okay. Mixed numbers.
5 is average. I like working at home. Working at home, it's like 7 out of 10. 7. Most of them 7. 3 from the 5 of 6 answers is already 7.
Wow. Okay. So a little bit of a range, but I see nothing that's like a perfect 10, but nothing that's really, really low, like a 0 or a 1 or a 2. So that's we're all kind of like, we're all just like maybe okay, like it's, our surrounding, it's okay, but let's make this okay surrounding, let's make it better. Let's make it, effective. Let's make this a productive space. Let's make it an inspirational space. And that's what we hope to help you to kind of get this kind of feeling going forward. So it's hopefully by the end of this webinar, you can get some ideas here and be able to kind of implement maybe some very even small, subtle changes, even possibly to your space at home for work or for learning. So that way we can boost those 6s and those 7s and 8s up to 9s and 10s, and that's the goal. So let's do this. So let's go forward, and I would be glad to share kind of some things about my space. And then my special invited guest speaker, Nuriya, she's going to share some really lovely, wonderful advice and tips as well too from her experience. Okay. So again, thank you participants for all of your wonderful responses. Appreciate that. So, does your work or learning space at home, does this look familiar to you? Have you been there? Are you in that spot right now? For some of you, maybe that your camera is not on, okay? Maybe this can describe your kind of situation, okay? At home where you're at, kind of the pantsless sitting, we've all been there, right? In our meetings, maybe, we have our camera off, what goes on behind when the camera is off, you don't know. Maybe you don't even have a desk. Maybe you're like, on the floor. Maybe you're using your chair in some kind of unusual kind of manner. Maybe you're basically laying on your desk practically, or maybe even this upper picture here, those that have maybe kids, okay, and maybe they around you, you're surrounded by your child's stuff, and you don't really have like a proper place potentially to be at. So again, so if any of these things are you, we have some tips and some advice here for you to help try to improve your space, okay? So the first thing, before you get into any kind of inspiration, or creative type of ideas, the basic comforts, okay? I got 3 kind of models here, A, B, and C, okay? Which one are you? Maybe, it's progressive and it changes, okay? Maybe, a lot of us start with A, then we get to B. Maybe we spend most of our time as the example letter B, and then we end up at C. Maybe some of us start at B, and then we end up, getting to C pretty quickly. And maybe some of us started C already, which, that's, definitely comfort, not the best with C like that. So maybe after 1 minute, you already have transitioned into C, and that's how your position stays for most of your engagement for any kind of online or virtual activity. So we gotta address this. And how can we address this to make sure that we're at A and we try to stay away from B and C, okay? So to improve that overall well-being, ergonomics. Okay, now maybe you've heard of this word. Maybe participants in the chat, maybe you can go ahead and put something maybe let's try to collectively describe maybe ergonomics. Maybe you heard of it and you know some word or something that you can say about ergonomics. What is that, ergonomics? What do we know about it? Please, if you can put into the chat. Okay, let's take a look here. See if we have some things here. All right. Okay, I saw some good comments in there too. I just pulled up the chat about begin at A, then go to C, and then definitely like C. Yeah, the old A to C model. Which one are we? That's always good. So ergonomics, everybody. So ergonomics, what do we think? You can go ahead and you can put into chat, and then I have kind of some definitions I would like to share as well too, okay? Okay, so again, see what we can say here about ergonomics.
Yeah, we have some comments already, I guess, from Medina. It's like items around us that set in a comfortable way.
Okay, yeah.
Comfortable position of the furniture, for example.
Good, yeah.
To arrange something in comfortable way.
Okay. So
all of them is about comfort. Maybe
yeah.
something connected with the ecology or environment or economic. Interesting suggestion, because we can see it here.
Yeah. Good suggestions. And the comfort, we're going to focus in on that comfort that you mentioned about the environment, not like the natural environment, but your environment and comfort. So what is ergonomics? I have a couple of definitions for you here. So the first one I'd like to share with you, let's just take a dictionary definition here from Oxford. And basically the image to the right can kind of show you, what's good and what's bad when we're talking about ergonomics. So it's the study of people's efficiency in their working environment. Now there's a few kind of areas of ergonomics, which not just focus on physical well-being, but also on other things as well. We're just specifically kind of be focusing here on physical well-being, okay, about, efficiency, productivity, and from a physical standpoint, make sure that that you're comfortable and that you're okay. Now, if you went to like a company that kind of focuses on products or things that are ergonomic, that can be defined here as, and coming from human scale, they define it as the science of fitting a workplace to the user's needs. So ergonomics aims to increase efficiency and productivity and reduce discomfort. So again, so it's about being comfortable, about physically being healthy. And this is important for your productivity and well-being. So before you have this creative, beautiful, wonderful, inspirational space, what about the well-being, your physical well-being? You need to start with that. So the best way I can kind of show you is I have this picture here. This is, I found this online. It's really just, I think, the kind of a perfect type of way. A lot of us kind of know, okay, sit up straight. We know that. That's like the basic. And I think everybody really understands the importance of just sitting up straight. But this picture here is so detailed. It touched on things that I wasn't even conscious of sometimes. When I'm sitting here, maybe we sit for long periods of time and we're not conscious about certain things that we're doing physically. This covers everything from all the specific angles of your elbows and your knees to the way that your feet, eye levels are important. Even the distance between the back of your knee and the chair. Okay, there's things like that that we don't even think about. So what is going to be good posture? What will help you to try to create the most efficient, most productive, and best type of work or learning space at home? This kind of touches on everything. and it's really, really critical. So as you look at this, maybe you're seeing, oh, okay, I wasn't aware of this, or I wasn't aware of that. And that's good. I hope that by looking at this picture, a lot of you are kind of sitting up straight right now. Everybody's probably adjusting their posture right now. Everybody's going from C to A right now. Hopefully. So that's the goal. Okay, this picture represents the A model. Okay, not the B or the C, but the A model. Okay. So now that that we know physically what we should be doing, we're going to get into inspiration. Nuriya, she's had some wonderful ideas. She's going to get a lot more deeper into about inspiration, about some creative stuff that you can do. Now that you have a good understanding of what do you need to do for your physical well-being, she's going to come in and bring these creative ideas. But I also would like to share kind of some things that I have, just to give you another example of what's the working space here of a virtual English language fellow. What's it like? Okay, so what inspires me? What do I have on my desk? Now, all of you can kind of see behind me, you can see that inspiration that I surround myself with. And that's always in the camera view. You can see the world map on my wall, because what's traveling and things internationally are inspirational to me. I have my KZ sticker I brought back from Kazakhstan. I have my graduation ceremony from Northeastern Illinois University for my master's degree in TESOL. I have a license plate for my car registration. Those were the plates that were on the front of my vehicle from every different state that I've lived in the US. And this is inspirational to me because, again, it's a reminder of the diversity of people, and not just around the world, but even within the United States as well. And this is all important to me. So as I work internationally, virtually with people in Kazakhstan, it's great for me to surround myself with these reminders of all the beautiful, wonderful ways that people can live life differently. Now, what you can't see, I got a picture to the left. Here's some items, some objects that provide inspiration to me on my desk. Okay, so you're getting a sneak peek. I've done all these webinars, but you are the only participants to really see what's going on, what's next to me out of my camera view. You can see I got, of course, my flag of Kazakhstan. I got my dombra right there next to it I brought back from Kazakhstan, a mug from my university. I have pictures of my wonderful kitties. I feel like we're gonna have a theme of some cats kind of going on today. So I got a picture of my late father that passed away last year as a great reminder about family. I got some shot glasses from my collection. One of them has a horse, which I love horses. I got a small replica of a Dodge Challenger, my favorite car. It's a lot of inspiration that represents a dream that came true to me, having a car like that. I got a mug from my time at Nish. I got a small castle from Japan that I brought back probably over a decade ago. And of course, you can see my mouse pad with my name on it. So where I always have my hand during these webinars, I have it on my mouse pad right here, where basically it has my name. It says August Garnsey, and it says, let passion be your compass. Doesn't get any more inspirational than that. Had that kind of custom made here online. Okay, but again, so this is a little sneak peek to some things that inspired me. Okay, so you are some special participants. You're the first participants to see outside of my camera view in any of the webinars that I've done. So this is an awesome experience, and I'm happy to share that with you. So now let me go ahead, and I would be glad to turn things over here to my wonderfully invited co-speaker, Nuriya. She's going to come in and bring in some creative ideas. She is one of the most artistic and creative people that I know. She just, I met her through Instagram, and, we've exchanged kind of some creative ideas. She's shown me a lot of kind of creative pictures about her space and things that she does. And I thought that she would be an absolutely perfect person to come and provide some inspiration, hopefully, to us all. Okay, we got the physical part down. Now let's go with the creative aspect of improving our work and learning space at home. So Nuriya, it's all yours. Thank you.
Thank you, August. And it was really nice seeing your space. It was very personal. Thank you for sharing. And I even saw the comment that someone says that they have the same stuff as you. Same.
Yeah.
So,
from Kazakhstan.
yeah. So let me share my screen with you, my presentation for cozy home office. Yeah. So let's start. I named it cozy home office because I think the most important thing is to feel cozy at home. So in Russian, we say when you're at home, it's like you're in the castle, you're safe. So I think it's very important to do everything to create this atmosphere of coziness, and we can do it. Okay, so what are we going to talk about in my presentation? First of all, I'm going to tell you who am I and why I'm here, why I'm talking to you, okay? Then I'm going to tell you about important aspects of organizing your workspace. I'm going to share my tips of how to decorate, to inspire your creativity, your productivity, how I do it. So basically, it's my experience shared with you, and also Q&A. And in the end, you can ask me questions. I'll be happy to answer. Okay, so who am I? So I live and I work in Pavlodar, and right now I work as a private teacher, and I also live with my cat Salvador. She's here. She's right on time. She always joins me on my Zoom calls, on my classes, when she has the mood for it. Okay, so this is the cats. I'm a former interior designer, and I worked at the leading design studio in Pavlodar. It's called Dream House. Maybe some of you know. I worked for them, with them, yeah, and I designed several public and private design projects, and they were in Kazakhstan and also in Russia. So a lot of work was done. But then I changed my career because I was always passionate about English. I'm English lover. I love English so much, even though I know that I'm not perfect, but still. And I always loved sharing my language, my knowledge of English, and I volunteered a lot at the American Corner. I was the leader, the creator of several clubs, and they all came just from here and from here, from my heart. Uh, Actually, we've done it with my sister. I have older sister, and she was the biggest support, and always she is still. So we've done A to Z art clubs. We did a thank you club, was like a grateful, how to be grateful club. We even had bookworm club. It's like the play of words, because we were reading stories and at the same time we were knitting. So even if you don't know how to knit, we could tell you how to do it. And we also did cooking, article, book, discussion clubs, everything. So I was very active at that time at the American Corner. And now I'm a private teacher, and I have a lot of space to be creative here in my career right now. So that's me. Let's begin. And before we begin, I wanted to tell you, maybe you could count how many times you can see Salvador in my presentation. Okay, so who's Salvador? Salvador is my cat, so you remember. So let's begin. Are you ready? I hope you are. Okay, first of all, uh, about aspects, yes, important aspects. First of all, let's talk about location. Location is the most important when organizing your workspace. So you have to think, will there be any windows? So it means natural lights, or no windows at all. So you have to think about lamps, quality of the air. Oh, thank you, August. You put a question. Yes. Okay, thank you. What about the view? What view are you going to have when you work? Uh, and of course, as August mentioned, follow the ergonomics. Embrace the natural light, but don't forget the lamps. So it's very important. This is my workspace, actually was my workspace. Now it looks a little bit different. I will share a little bit later. So also, I love to spice it up. So what does it mean? Location, spice it up. It means that you can always change the location, depending on your mood, depending on time of the year, depending maybe of who is at work, who is at home. Um, for example, I'm working at home, and I sometimes love to change the scenery, and I make my classes right on my balcony. And my students loved it. They were like, wow, this is amazing. And especially now when it's very hot, and evening classes on the balcony feels amazing. Yes. Okay, so you can change it too. Maybe you can move it in the kitchen or someplace else where you can put a table and have your Zoom class there. Okay, so let's talk about my workspace. How it looks now. Right now, it looks like this. Yeah, okay. Why it looks like this? Because it's summer now, and I want as much as fresh air as I can get. So I decided to move my table close to the window. And also, my cat loves sitting on the windowsill. She loves taking fresh air too. Um, what else? It can change. Yes, it's constantly changing my workspace. For example, when there is a holiday, it gets festive looks. Can you see? There are some bats because it was Halloween, and I decided to decorate it, like give some festive looks. And also, I love decorating my space for holidays. I usually do it with my hands since I finished art school, and I'm forever grateful for this. So I can draw something. I can find some inspiration on Pinterest and draw anything I like and do it with my hands. And yeah, and kids or adults, also students loved it when they see, they like, wow, this is amazing. And they start asking questions more about holiday or festive, why is it like this or something like this. So, and of course, during the classes, it looks like this. Someone mentioned mess of papers. Yeah, it's something like this, because a lot of files, a lot of papers, um, and I always think about um, what things that I might need during my class. Maybe it's a whiteboard, like simple little whiteboard where I can maybe write vocabulary, or maybe we can play Pictionary with my students. Uh, of course, laptop, papers, and of course, sometimes Salvador joins our classes too. She loves learning English too. Or maybe she loves teaching. I don't know. Maybe she's an expert. Okay. And second important aspect is color. Yeah. I think it's important that you come to your workspace and you love it. So surround yourself with things that you love. And the easiest way is to start with the color. Use your favorite color. It can be a chair. Yeah, it can be the chair, or it can be notebooks, maybe planners, for example, like maybe even little ones, something, maybe pens, pencils, uh, or if you like to change a lot of things, maybe it can be flowers or plants. If you like green, it can be anything. Uh, or photo frames. So think about it. Mm, okay. So guess which is my favorite color from the presentation so far. How do you think? Which is my favorite color? I see some yellow. Yay! Yellow and green, actually. Yes, yellow and green. You guessed it right. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see some comments. One of my problems is I don't have certain place to work, like my personal working area at home. It makes me feel some discomfort. Yes, you can organize your space even if it's not like your table or something like this. Even if you have some items, for example, your planners, your notebooks, and they are your favorite, you love them. Yeah, for example, I love beautiful notebooks. I always buy them. And if you put them, it's like you say, okay, this is my territory. This is where I work. So that's why it's very important to think about details. Okay, so you guessed it right. My favorite color is actually yellow and green, yes. Okay, so next aspect is technology. Because we work with technology, we use our laptops, our phones. And so it's very important to think about your technology cords, power outlets, making sure your equipment is close to outlets and easy to access. And as August mentioned, ergonomics, your eye level, like your screen ideally should be on your eye level. You can put something under your laptop so it'd be much higher. That way your back and your neck will say thank you to you in future. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about details. As I mentioned before, details. Mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. Oops. Details. Uh, I know that uh, most of the audience here are teachers, and we love good stationery. Like personally, I do. I have a collection of my planners, collection of my diaries where I put my how I plan my classes, my thoughts, and I just love good stationery. And I had this storage for my planners. It's actually from I think it was the present from shower gels or something like this. So I thought, wow, this is amazing. This looks good. I will use it for my planners. So um, it can be cute cups for your pencils. I remember when I used to work at language schools, I had my cute cup for pencils, and I brought it always with me to every new job I had. So it got my like something something personal, yes, personal item. Of course, what else I can recommend is to put greenery. I think it changes everything because the space becomes more alive. It becomes more pleasant to look at. Add some plants. Maybe you can pick some not naughty ones, like very easy to to maintain. And personally, I love fresh flowers, and I love when I have fresh flowers on my desk. So put fresh flowers, especially now in summer. Babushkas will start selling, or maybe you have dachas. So I think it's the great way to add some details, to some aliveness to your desktop, and so you can see and smile like something nice. Okay. Also about details, I'm the fan of checklists. I have checklists, and I love like marking them, and I love feeling satisfied that I've done something. And I highly recommend this site, 365done.ru. I will leave the link. It's a site where you can create your own checklists if you want. For example, I created my checklist for 6 habits that I would like to maintain. This is when I printed it right now I'm like checking it with hearts, and it's very satisfying to do. Okay, also one of the main aspects of my working space, it's my gallery wall. This is how I inspire myself. As you know, it's very important to get inspired to be in order to be creative in your job. Okay, so gallery wall. What can you put in your gallery wall? You can, first of all, you can change it. You can change it depending on season, depending on your mood, or just because you can change it, you can change it. Okay. So you can put your favorite quotes. I love to put something like to remind me to be grateful. Here you can see merci, like something like this, or put your favorite pictures, maybe from your trips, or pictures of your nieces, nephews, children, or maybe from your trips. And I also put students' art here. I usually make them do like flashcards, and here's pineapple and tomato from my student. And I get really inspired when they draw something. They are like amazing, perfect artist. So I asked him if I can take these flashcards, but I made sure that he knows these words. Okay, so maybe you can put your children's art or your art. I don't know, maybe something your students done. So it's one of the way to do it. And I've mentioned that I change my gallery wall. I love to change. I love changing my gallery wall depending on seasons. And I thought maybe it could be a good idea to play a little game. Like I will change my gallery wall, and you will tell me what the season is. Like guess the season from my gallery wall. Okay, ready? Write it on chat. I'm sorry, I'm not reading the, I maybe I will read it after I'm done with my presentation, but okay, let's play. Number one. Okay, so which season is it? Fall. Yes, yes, yes. Fall, October, autumn. Yay. Yeah, it is. It was Halloween. Yes, bats. Yes, it's fall. Okay, good job. Number two. Which season is it? Yay, New Year, winter. Okay, how did you guess? Xmas, winter. Yay. Uh-huh. Yes, Christmas tree, tangerines. Yay. Uh-huh. Also gingerbread cookies. Yes. Okay, good. Are you ready for number three? Santa. Yes. Uh-huh. Okay, number three. Maybe this one is a bit trickier. Summer. Yay. It's summer. Yeah. Actually, it's my current gallery wall. I have like uh, picture pictures of girl in her in her swimsuit. That's because I'm dreaming of holiday near the near the water. Yeah, and I also have present, like me, the writing that my student did. Actually, I think we were writing a dictation, and he wrote present as a gift. But I thought that's a good idea, like to put it on the wall and be reminded to stay in now, like in present moment. Okay, so it's a screenshot from Zoom. Okay, number three. And number three, what is it? What's the season? Spring. Yay. Yay, it's a spring. Yeah, because of tulips, yeah. Because of tulips. Yes, March 8th, tulips. Yes. Yes. Okay, good job. So you can see, yes, so you can change your gallery wall and your mood will change. Um, or your mood change and you change your gallery wall. So you think, okay, so And in general, my biggest suggestion is to make it yours. Like, even if it's not a big place, you can always make it yours. How you can make it yours? You personalize it. Maybe you can put your uh, favorite books, display your favorite books, or maybe you can put postcards from your friends. Here I have a quote I try to live by. It says, "Start your day with a dance party." I love quotes, so I try to live by this. Like, start my day with a dance party. Okay, and okay, and if nothing works, and I hope it works, but if nothing works, just use your cat as the perfect decoration for your space. Even right now, I'm talking to you, and here she is. Perfect decoration. My perfect decoration is here. So, if nothing works, you can always use your pets. They make any space 100% adorable, stylish. So, you will not lose with this. So, and back to the first question: how many times can you see Salvador in my presentation? Three. Okay. Okay. Burn decoration. Actually, four times. She was there four times. I counted. In the morning, I counted all the. I go through. I went through the presentation, and I counted four times. Four times, and this is five. Okay. So, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful that I got to share my ideas, my tips with you. I hope you have a great evening. And if you have any questions, I'm free to answer.
Right. Well, thank you, Nuria. Really, that was really, really inspirational. So many creative ideas. Being able to see what you do, and also it just kind of shows because even myself, like I get kind of complacent with my surroundings and my environment because it's like I come here and I sit and I'm like, okay, it's my space, and you know that's it. I just come here, I work, I learn, I do my work. But you're really right, and that's a great point about maybe with seasons or making it more festive. That's really it's just one of the most brilliant ideas. It's so simple, but it can be so effective in not being complacent, meaning not just whatever, just letting it be like okay, my space is okay, it's a space, whatever. But no, it's a lot more than that. So that was really nice. So thank you really for kind of that showing us and explaining to us that this is really like it's impactful. Change is important. Okay, having a dynamic space. You don't have to change it weekly, but yeah, maybe seasonal. That's really nice. Great idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, so and for all our participants, if questions for for Nuriya, if you got questions for me, I'll be glad. But she's the creative one. Okay, that's why she's here. So she has some beautiful and brilliant ideas. So we're looking forward to any questions right now from all our participants.
Mhm. I see a question from Lisa. What about noises? How can you get rid of them?
Mhm.
I have noisy neighbors, and they put music, like loud music, and one thing that I can do is just to go to them and ask them to put the music down. But if you're living with someone, maybe doors, yes, doors, and try to talk to your. I see some good reactions. Try to talk with your family and say, I have to work. I need to do something, and please don't bother me. I don't know, this kind of stuff. Maybe you have something else to add, August. How do
Well,
you deal with noise? Do you
I definitely had a fair share of noises when I was staying and living in Kazakhstan. I've heard that banging on the radiator works sometimes too.
Oh,
But I'm not really sure how you can with the noises. I think that, you know, kind of if you create a really warm and inviting space that really can kind of, you know, as I think it was I think it was Medina, one of our participants mentioned that your space can kind of put you into this euphoric state, like kind of like the state of bliss. Maybe, you know, it just kind of, you know, the noises just kind of like disappear into the background. You know, maybe, you know, you surround yourself with things that you can really focus on that take your mind away from that. And we can, as humans, we can easily kind of get those distortions, those sounds, and we can kind of just push it out of our mind and not focus on it. So maybe we don't need to say anything. We just focus on what's in our inviting environment, and that can be maybe a good suggestion. I'm not sure, other than putting your fingers in your ears like this.
or put if you're working online, use your headphones. Or someone suggested go outside, like ask your family to go outside during your work if you have kids and if someone can look after them.
That's good. What else we got here? Let's see. We got.
Yeah, nice. Thank you for your advices.
Yeah.
What do you have else?
Mhm.
Do you use some background in the apps working online teaching, as can Saulet, Nuriya, or August? Maybe you also use some apps that you can recommend to our audience?
Usually I don't use any background apps, but I saw some, and I know that Zoom allows you to put backgrounds, any backgrounds, and my students love to play with these backgrounds, and they see, oh, look, I have a mustache. Oh, I'm old. Like, okay, got it. Yes, you look cool. Let's go back to English. Yeah.
That's a good idea. And I know that very typically, you know, the sounds is also an important aspect of my work, you know, as a virtual English language fellow, since I spend so much time, you know, because my mornings are your evenings and then my evenings are your mornings, and then I work during the daytime. So, you know, almost 24/7, I'm here in my space, virtually at my desk. And I do often will play, you know, some mood music, you know, as you make your desk and your workspace, you know, your learning space festive for seasons, you know, you can also blend some music. I have this device I can kind of show you here. It's like it plays different soundscapes. Like there's different buttons like thunder, ocean, rainforest sounds, like summer night, waterfall sounds. So a lot of times I'll just play that, and there's a lot of free apps that you can get on your phone for these kinds of like natural sounds. I prefer the natural sounds, like, you know, the sound of maybe, you know, maybe we don't like it when it rains outside, but, you know, but that sound sometimes can be very kind of like soothing to your soul almost. So I definitely do recommend some background sounds. I do it all the time. I just leave it going pretty much 24/7, except for during webinars.
Thank you. And we have some comments about Nuriya's Instagram. Nuriya, if you'd like to share your Instagram, or if you think that it's more private, it's totally okay.
I can write it on chat.
Oh, thank you. You have more followers. And so that I think it will be last question because it's almost time. It's already time. Would you share that link for creating checklists that you mentioned, Nuriya?
Oh, yeah, sure. And I can also share the presentation if you like.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I can do it from our side, share it to everyone who has registered.
And the site is here. It's like this.
I see.
That
okay.
Yeah, someone shared it already. Medina shared it.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for that, Nuriya. Yeah, thank you. And how about since we're out of time, let's go ahead and let's take a family photo here of of all of our inspired kind of new creative people here from all these wonderful ideas we had here. So let's go and let's take a group photo, everybody.
Mhm.
With something in the background.
Yeah, put your cameras on and we can see, your background or your paper mess.
Yeah.
We can see you maybe in your Model C, your A or your B or your C. So
I'm in
go
my
ahead,
office
turn on
and
your camera.
Oh,
use the light as in a TV show.
Yeah, right. So go ahead, everybody, turn on your cameras.
I see
Let's
the
see all our
butterflies.
wonderful
Someone
participants.
shared that they have butterflies decorated by the daughter. Oh, it's
Wow.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
look at
know.
that. Yeah, I can see, I know her, I can see the butterflies. Really cool. Yeah, really nice. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
We're waiting for more people. Don't
cameras.
be shy.
Don't be shy. We're all one big happy family here. All right. We're going to do group photo here in just a moment. So as you're trying to desperately, change and turn your camera on and transform.
Quick makeup.
And let me make sure my hair's straight, right? Yeah, okay. Whatever I got. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take our group photo here now. So maybe we can, since we're in a creative mood, we can kind of give a little heart. Maybe I think would be nice today.
Sasan, could I kindly ask you to make a photo, please? I want to make a heart too.
Try to get my heart straight here out of my face.
Okay, yeah, one second. We're waiting for. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Cool.
Cool.
That's all. Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Maybe they are in a pajamas. Why not?
Yeah, right. Right. All right. Well, Nuriya, thank you again for joining us. Sultanah, thank you. Our participants all across Kazakhstan, always a pleasure. I love doing this and I love seeing everybody these evenings here through American Corners. Again, next week, don't forget to join me. Make sure you sign up for the online teaching community through British Council. That way, so you can join me for next week. I just put into the chat the link. So if you want to join, it's not through Zoom. You need to actually go to the site and you need to create an account because the webinar I'll do next week is going to be through that online platform. Okay, so you need to sign up and you need to join the online teaching community through British Council. So, and I hope to see everybody there next week. All right, Sultanat, did you have anything else that you wanted to share?
Yes, I would like to say my appreciation words to our participants. Thank you so much that you're spending your time with us. I hope, believe, and I know that every time you get more information and you spend your time to be more creative and effective. Let's be on this way through with American Corner also. And you can do it by joining our events, and you can find this event in our social medias. In Instagram is American Corner NS. Thank you. See you next time.
Have a good night.
thank you.
And have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.